Scammed and robbed. Shocking trap you must avoid. This past weekend, my family and I became victims of a sophisticated scam that exploited a vulnerability in mobile phone security. It was around 4:30 a.m. on Saturday, when both my wife's and my phones began ringing incessantly. The calls appeared to be from Rogers Wireless, our mobile provider, which only added to our confusion and concern. We initially thought it was just an annoying telemarketer, and despite blocking or rejecting the calls, they persisted, ringing again and again. It felt like we were trapped in a loop, and as the minutes passed, our anxiety grew. When I finally managed to check my phone, I discovered to my horror that my phone number had been ported, essentially stolen. My SIM card showed as inactive, and I lost access to my phone entirely, a devastating blow in our tech-driven world. For those unfamiliar, phone porting is a process where your phone number is transferred from one provider to another. Traditionally, this process required in-person verification and signed authorization to prevent unauthorized transfers. However, due to technological advancements, ports can now occur remotely, sometimes without proper consent or verification. Scammers have exploited this modern convenience by impersonating customers and convincing mobile providers to transfer numbers to their control. This evolving tactic highlights a significant lapse in security protocols that once safeguarded our personal information. In our case, despite not clicking on any suspicious links or responding to any messages, scammers, reportedly based in India, gained access to our phones. It was shocking to realize how vulnerable we truly were. Once inside the digital fortress of our devices, they accessed our emails, accounts, and banking information, draining our personal accounts entirely. It felt like a violation of our privacy and security on a level I had never experienced before. The loss was devastating, and we're hoping our bank can restore our funds, though it will take time and effort to navigate the bureaucratic hurdles that often come with such situations. Research indicates this isn't an isolated incident. It seems to be part of a growing trend. A 2020 article detailed another victim, Carolyn Morgan, a Toronto woman whose number was similarly ported without her authorization. She received a text warning that her number was being transferred, but by the time she acted, it was already too late. Scammers often pay to appear at the top of search results, tricking unsuspecting users into calling fraudulent numbers instead of the actual provider. Morgan called Rogers immediately and waited on hold, but her phone had already been seized, leaving her powerless. While Rogers eventually restored her number after a grueling 20 hours, the damage was done. Scammers had time to change email passwords, access banking accounts, and make unauthorized purchases, leaving her in a state of chaos. Small withdrawals, $200, $300, $500, may seem minor on their own, but they add up quickly, creating a significant financial burden. Scammers are clever. They exploit phone access to bypass two-factor authentication, a security measure many people rely on. Even a VPN, which I use diligently, cannot fully protect against this because the issue arises from the phone provider giving access to scammers in the first place. Banks and repair shops confirmed that once scammers control your number, they can clone your device and access everything linked to it. The bank recommended using an encrypted VPN on a PC and avoiding banking apps on phones, but this advice feels like a band-aid solution to a much larger problem. The aftermath of this experience has been nothing short of chaotic. Losing access to your phone disrupts daily life in ways I never imagined possible. You can't call, text, pay bills, or access basic services. In our case, while platforms like YouTube and X weren't compromised, our banking accounts were wiped out, requiring us to obtain new account numbers and notify organizations like the Canada Child Benefit. This demonstrates just how central your phone number is to your personal and financial life. It's a critical piece of the puzzle that connects us to everything we do. Key warnings for anyone reading this. If you receive unexpected calls or texts claiming to be from your carrier, don't click on any links or respond. It's essential to go to your provider in person if possible, and consider deleting sensitive apps from your phone altogether. Even basic accounts like Gmail can be hijacked, and scammers can use them to register for services like Apple, Uber, and DoorDash, further complicating the web of identity theft. This type of scam is growing in Canada, with criminals using illegally obtained personal information to defraud people across various industries, highlighting the urgent need for better protection measures. Unfortunately, carriers like Rogers have yet to fully prevent unauthorized porting, and the measures introduced in recent years appear insufficient. Even legitimate warnings from banks or repair shops are sometimes met with pushback from providers, leaving consumers in a vulnerable position. The key takeaway from this harrowing experience is the importance of securing your devices, minimizing sensitive information on phones, and remaining vigilant. I wanted to share this experience, not just to vent my frustrations, but to warn everyone. Please check your phones, secure your accounts, and act quickly if anything seems off. Awareness is the first step to protection in this increasingly dangerous digital landscape. For those new here, I encourage you to subscribe, like, and comment to help spread this vital information. Join us live twice weekly on Unhinged Fringe for updates, discussions, and Q&A with our community. Stay safe, protect your data, and I'll see you next time.